Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stormworks update video. In this video we'll be covering the update as of today, which is 0.5.7. As always, we'll go over the new features added and see how you can use some of them here in the world of Stormworks. So that all said, let's go ahead and get started. So starting with the first feature that devs have gone ahead and added is they've gone and made it Christmas time here in Stormworks. Yes, Christmas time in Stormworks, same like Halloween, really nice to see. As you can see, the major change, they've gone ahead and changed the rain feature to actually be snow for this period. Now this is going to last until the 1st of January, so make sure you obviously have a little bit of play in the game in that period of time, otherwise you'll miss out on it and you won't see it until probably next year's Christmas. So with that, you can see the decor is going to be on the creator base and also on the starter island. There's a whole bunch of Christmas trees, presents, decor pretty much everywhere all over the island. Really quite nice and nice to see. Along with that, the NPCs also seem to be a little bit in the Christmas cheer, so don't forget to go have a look for the NPCs while you're out in the game. Along with that is they've also gone ahead and changed the loot chest to be replaced with presents. So you'll see presents as you're going throughout the world of Stormworks and playing your missions. You'll see a couple of those floating around, so make sure you go ahead and grab them so you get your little Christmas present from the Stormworks devs. So let's go ahead and move on to the next feature. So moving on, along with the decorations, the devs have also gone ahead and added in some outfits that go along with the Christmas updates. Now they've gone ahead and added 2 hats, along with that is 1 set of clothing. As you can see here, my character is currently outfitted with the Santa hat. Along with that is also the Santa outfit or clothes. You can go ahead and obviously customize it whatever color you want to. The additional hat is going to be the antlers. Once again, you can go ahead and customize it to whatever color you want. So quite nice to see. I'm really enjoying that the devs are doing these little updates for the festive season or for any other holidays that are going on in the world. It's really quite nice to see and makes the game quite nice and unique. So let's go ahead and move on to the next set of features. So the next feature we're going to be talking about is the train wheels. They've gone ahead and added a on-off output. This is going to be used to detect whether the actual train wheels are slipping. So they're going to be quite useful. Obviously, if you are over in the main control room of the train, you can actually now have an indicator light or a buzzer, whatever you want, just to indicate if the wheels are slipping. So quite useful. I think a lot of people were asking for that, to have some type of indication if we were slipping or not slipping instead of just being a visual or audio sound. So with that, the second piece they've gone ahead and added is going to be the new robotic pivot. These new robotic pivots, same as before, however they can now transfer fluid and power. Once again, quite useful if you're working in advanced mode, especially if you're trying to make some advanced vehicles. Really important and useful at the same time. And then lastly, moving on to the microcontroller update or area of this update is going to be they've added 8 new components to that microcontroller editor. The first, or the couple of them, the first one is going to be the function gate with 1 input. And this is for compacting arithmetic with loads of constant values. And they've also gone ahead and added the Boolean function gate with 4 inputs. There's also a Boolean function gate with 8 inputs. And then we also have the pulse. This is going to be very useful for sending a 1-tick pulse. Otherwise, you can also toggle it to do 3 different modes, which is quite useful. And I'm sure we'll be using those coming up in a couple new microprocessor videos that I'll be covering. And then lastly, they've also done the 4 timer components. So the TON, the TOF, the RTO, and the RTF. You can go in the game and see a different description of them. So these are going to be quite useful. So for setting up a whole bunch of different things that are using time elements to them. So for example, after 5 seconds do this, after a certain amount of seconds do this, and so on and so forth. So really quite nice and useful. There's a whole bunch of different small updates and features and fixes, but probably the last one I want to talk about is going to be the feature of backups. Now this has been a huge debate in the community for a long period of time, where a lot of people have been overwriting their saves. So what the devs have gone ahead and do is they've done in the actual vehicle creator, and then also in the microprocessor creator or editor, is that when you go ahead and overwrite any of your saves, what it does is it actually takes that saves, throws it into a backup tab, and then will keep it there for 24 hours. Once it obviously hits the 24-hour mark, it's going to be deleted. However, this is extremely useful. For example, you accidentally save over one of your vehicles, you haven't got a backup anywhere else locally on your computer, this will automatically go ahead, save it there, and you can actually go and restore it or pick it up again from where you left off. Very, very useful. I don't even want to tell you now how many times I've gone ahead and overwritten things, but a lot of people have. So this is probably a really huge godsend for a lot of people at the moment in the game, and will help a lot of new people that continuously are doing it or making that error. So yeah, quite nice to see. So that's pretty much about it for today's update. Nice, short and sweet. Small little, obviously very unique features they've gone ahead and added today. Nothing huge or special. It's not a major update, but it's nice to see the devs are really on with updates and consistently bringing out new content and fixes every single week, which I really like to see, and I'm sure the rest of the Stormworks community are really happy about this. So that said, we'll go ahead and end today's video there, guys. As always, comment below would you like to see any of my future videos. While there, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for any of my future content. And finally, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it somewhat enjoyable and informative as always, and we'll see you in the next one.